What is going on, guys? My name is Ty, and I have Collier with me, and we are the Weekend Warriors Disc Golf Podcast. Once again, we are here and we're live. We are excited because this is the first official Pro Tour week. Woo! We have some disc golf to talk about. We're going to be running the recap of All-Star event that just went down, which was intense and very, very rainy. And then also we have the chess.com Invitational presented by Disc Golf coming up this week on February 23rd to the 25th at the Olympus Disc Golf course that Paul Macbeth, and I don't know the dude's name, sadly, but one of the
Dylan Cease.
former, huh?
Dylan Cease.
Yeah, that dude from the White Sox. They created this course so we get to see it, which actually we just got done seeing it this weekend. So which hopefully this week does not rain because it was
Very rainy.
I get it was expedition. Super cool, awesome to see, but at the same time though, man, let me tell you, it looked rough with the courses and stuff. It was pretty intense. But yeah, we're excited that we're officially back with disc golf. Um, we are going to be going through that. And also later today during this podcast, we have our first Rodney's Corner. So Rodney, aka Sarah, will jump on and give us the scoop on all of that. So we're very excited about that. But first, before we do anything, we have obviously our sponsor, which by the way is Gravity Disc Golf, like always. So Gravity Disc Golf exists to exceed your out of this world expectation with unparalleled custom design, disc, and apparel. Gravity is creating an atmosphere where disc golfers can enjoy every aspect of disc golf while blasting off with space themed design. No matter what you throw, Gravity has designs on almost every manufacturer and can make your game look great. They offer free shipping on orders over $75. And John includes a nice note to each customer. Make sure to check them out at Disc Golf. I'm sorry, at gravitydiscgolf.com to complete your bag. And let me tell you, it is out of this world. Which, by the way, Kyle, today,
Yes.
well, actually, yesterday, actually, it's Friday. Friday, I was out of town. So I got in yesterday, but Friday I received while I was out of town my beautiful order, my pre-order that I've been finally waiting.
Yes. I
I
gotta pick him
have
up.
in my possession the Pixel, a Rebirth, and a time lapse. And I still haven't opened the box yet because I want to make a unboxing for you guys tomorrow. So definitely through this week, make sure you look out for some new videos from Tie Guy Disc Golf because I will be unboxing the Pixel, the Rebirth, and also time lapse. So I'm very excited to show you guys that, and I finally have it. And I don't want to open it yet because I want to
You
show you
want to
guys. I want to, but I want to save it
content, of course.
for content, and then also I want to
Mhm.
prove to you guys how amazing John is by giving me or giving well, it's anybody, but you do get a personalized letter or at
Right.
least a note from him, and I want to show you guys the actual proof on that.
And I mean, not only are you unboxing that, and it's not going to be anytime soon, right? It'll be about sometime in April, hopefully.
Yes.
We'll have a bigger unboxing video, but I'm going to make one as well as you. For we definitely have some great value worth of stuff coming in for ship for Gravity, and I'm super stoked about that as well. Amazing Gravity is. I just want to toss this out there since we've been talking about Gravity and their sponsorship and everything else. Is the fact that in our packs that we are going to be receiving, they are trying to hook us up the best they can, where we actually get to pick out which disc we want,
Yeah.
colors as descriptive as possible of what we're looking for, and they will
Hmm.
do their best to try to get it for us, and which is amazing. They don't have to do that. They could just say, "Hey, here's such and such disc. This is what we're sending you." But they don't. They're
Yeah.
that like on top of things of being making sure that we're getting what we want, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah, I'm really looking forward to your unboxing. Unfortunately, I didn't pre-order one, but I know there's a bunch out there. There's a bunch of stores that still have the rebirths in
hmm
stock. I'm probably gonna just order one,
yeah.
anyways, just so I can get one in my hand too, because I really want to toss one. Because, um, I mean, to be honest, before we start talking all sorts of stuff, my bag is changing so many times. I pretty much have, after I get my disc in from our player pack, my MVP bag is basically completed. So
Mm.
I have a Discraft bag, an MVP bag, and a nice mix bag. I have three options this season, and I'm not sure what I want to do yet. So I really need to
Jeez.
get that down and figure out which way I want to head. Like having mixed, and of course, I have some thought space that I have in there as well in my mixed bag. But my mixed bag is basically Discraft MVP thought space,
Mm.
and then I have my full bags. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be like really, really throwing this year. I'll figure that out here. But oh, I mean, I, to jump on the MVP bandwagon thing, I'm not. I've tossed all MVP before. I tossed all MVP before Simon signed
Yeah.
joined
You
MVP.
you introduced me to the photon before like
Mhm.
MVP was the cool thing to throw. Like
Yeah.
you showed me the photon way before that. Even like the hex and the
Mhm.
paradox and like you showed me a few disc that
Right.
I fell in love with way before Simon was booked and or even before like the holy shot, let's just say. Like even
Right.
before that,
Yeah.
even we'll go down even down that when the envy hype train was like a thing.
Hmm.
Like you were throwing MVP well before the cool prime of it.
Yeah, and which I love though at the same time because now that Ego's there with the rebirth, Simon with his line of stuff,
Hmm.
it's really making me want to throw a lot of MVP again because I loved it
Hmm.
before. But I loved it, right?
Hmm.
And then we went to Lone Star for the year, and I've really, everything just went away for that year, and I realized how much I missed everything. And now with the new MVP hype with Simon last year, and I couldn't, I'm throwing all Lone Star, so I'm not throwing MVP now that Simon's there.
Yeah.
And then now that Ego's there, it's like really like itching for that MVP bag as well. So I'm glad I have enough there because I love my Discraft stuff. I love my MVP stuff. I love my Thought Space stuff. I love the mix of it all. But we'll see what I end up throwing more of. And if I just decide, this day I'm going to throw my Discraft, this tournament I'm going to throw my MVP, it might be
Oh
one of
yeah.
those things too this year. I'm not really looking to be 1,000 rated. I would love to be that good, but I'm not hitting that anytime soon, anyways. I'm still learning. I'm still going out casually to just have a lot of fun. I'm still going out there to try to create a lot of content. Obviously, it's getting warmer out. I'm going to be able to do that more.
Yeah.
I have a new idea for a video I'm going to do coming up, hopefully, too, depending on the weather. Maybe Thursday I'll film it. Um, Give a little sneak peek now, actually. I'll just say what it is. Screw it. I'm not keeping it a surprise. I'm tempted to see how many throws it will take me and I'll try to range find it as much as I can from spot to spot. I'm going to see how many throws it will take me to go from hole two's tee pad to hole 10's basket. So I'm all the way from the one end of the course, all the way to the other end of the course. Hole 10's along the tree line,
No, I know.
the forehand shot.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm going to go from hole two to there. A lot of trees in the way and hole seven. So it's going to make it tricky. And then it's open field for a little bit, then some more trees. but it depends on the path I want to take. I'm really curious of how many throws will take me to get to the whole 10 and even put it in.
That's actually a really good idea. I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two things real fast before we completely go off road with the gravity disc golf, or before we move out of the way with the gravity disc golf. They have mentioned that they are adding more manufacturers on the site. They now have Mint coming in,
Mm,
and I don't remember the
yes.
other one, but I do know they're bringing Mint Disc in the mix now. So the
And with their
line
stamps.
the line that says almost every manufacturer, they're pretty much going to be getting his main goal is to hit every single manufacturer for everybody, because he knows that everybody throws everything. And they did say that they're going to try to get more Lone Star, because a lot of people have been asking for some Lone Star on the team, which I thought that was really cool too. I think that's the second manufacturer, actually. That's what I was talking about. Also, don't forget, use one of our codes. Use code
Yes.
KG10 or
Mm-hmm.
TIDG10 to get 10% off your order. So definitely use that. That will definitely be great. So go to graphydiscgolf.com and definitely enjoy it, because I'm telling you, like, they're just,
Oh, it's
I mean,
wonderful.
the
Their
stamps and
stamps are
everything has been
amazing.
amazing.
Their customer
Yeah.
service is amazing. They're amazing people down there. And
It's
I
stupid
just
fast too. I'm telling you. So
mm,
like, first, uh the pre-order was supposed to be February 5th, February 16th. Okay. I got a email saying you have lift off. That's their kind of quota, because obviously it's spaced theme related. So
mhm.
when you see an email that says you have lift off, that means that your order has been shipped at least. That happened on the 15th, so a day early. So immediately on the 15th, that's when I got the approval. Not even 2 days later, I got the disc in my possessions. I was out of town, so I didn't like physically have it in my hands, because I was still out of town in Orlando. But sadly, or luckily enough, they put it in my mailbox, so it was all good. So no rain damage, because down here in Florida we got smashed by rain, which obviously you
Which we'll
guys
talk
saw
about
that
stuff.
at All Star Weekend. It definitely rained here in Santa Rosa as well, and yeah, we got smashed with the rain. So luckily they put it in our mailbox, so we're all good. But yeah, they literally 2 days later, I had the disc in my possessions, and like really quick. Also, I mean, I don't know how it is for everybody else. I do technically live like 5.5, almost 6 hours away from their headquarters. So that might have helped a little bit, where I am technically not even 5.5 hours
Mhm.
from their headquarters. So that might have helped a bit, but regardless, for me at least, every single time I order from Gravity, it is like Jimmy John's freaky fast. Like, it is very, very quick with the order shipment stuff. They do not mess around there. So definitely give them a try. They have literally everything. They keep adding more. So and I'm excited for our players pack, like Kyle has did mention. Um, Super stoked. They had some great options, and I'm honestly, I think the two most exciting things in that pack that I'm really excited about is their grip bag that they've created, and
Mhm.
the jersey, which I'm excited to show you guys. They gave us two different options of the jersey. I think Kyle and I are going for the same one, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm very excited to show you guys the jersey. I think it's seriously, it's just so cool. The design was
Even
insane.
that day, even the jersey, they've asked what color and stuff like that. So like they're really hooking us up. They don't have to do that at all. They could just say, "This
No,
is our jerseys this year. Here, take it." No, they're giving us two options of this design or this design, and what colors are you looking for? Even
and,
with the jerseys. So
yeah, and they're also like molds too. They were like and Pacific molds that you throw. Like, if you really want to get down to
yeah,
the,
and that's what I mean. Like I picked all MVP to complete my MVP bag.
no,
Like
that's
that's all. I said as many gravity stamp discs as I can,
mm,
and all MVP
because
that
I'm
I
still
picked.
I'm still technically building my bag right now. Um, I once again the video will come out soon. I'm still field working some things out and just kind of testing things out. But I think I've narrowed it down to pretty much, with an exception of like one or two discs. I think there's like one or two or even three different discs that are from different manufacturers. But my main like percentage in my bag is technically um Discmania, Discraft, and MVP. And then
Mhm.
there is several Casa Plus that actually have came into my bag as well. But I also have some Discmania, and I do have like some Innova, and I do have I think that's it. Oh, and Thought Space. I have like one from Thought Space.
Mhm.
So I do have like multiple from different ones, obviously, but I think the three main ones is definitely Discmania, MVP, and Discraft. So, which is really exciting. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, we're gonna get into the kind of breakdown of what went down for the All Star Weekend, which happened in Brooksville. Yeah, Brooksville, Florida. And man, first off, it was raining the entire time, which was intense. Definitely, it's crazy, but pretty much the winners for NPO was obviously Isaac's team, which was definitely, to me, it was like we said, it could have gone either way depending on what
Yeah, yeah.
happened, but I think they were just having fun and it was just having a great time. But definitely Isaac team did end up winning. That was kind of a shock in my
It was
eyes.
close though.
I was, it was close. It was very very close, but they definitely took down the cake. And then obviously we knew it was Missy Gannon. Missy Gannon's team took it down, which was not, to me personally, it was not much of a shock. But I'm gonna break this down quickly. Hopefully, my phone doesn't die on me. If not, Kyle's gonna help me out here with the scores. But I do have the scores for the doubles and then also for the singles. We're just gonna hit those. I'm not gonna go through the skills expedition because
Uh,
it was great
I
to
kind of want to
watch.
talk. I kind of
Wait,
want to talk about that though after we do get the scores because it was fun. I kind of like what they did this year.
well, yeah, my phone just died, so you're gonna have to go through them all.
Um. All right. So for the MPO scores, let's see. We have. I lost it now. I had it all up here. For the doubles, we had Heidenberg Proctor with a -7 versus Klein and Burr with the -2. Barrera and Ricky with the -3. Robinson and Robinson had a -7. Dominated there. I
Yeah.
mean, they're Isaac and yeah, I can see that. I can see
Well,
them.
it's just like
You know.
the brothers are very much of a consistent players. Like
Mm-hmm.
you got you got Isaac Robertson, who, I mean, even though his expedition, you could tell he was having fun, and obviously it was great. But he definitely gets into that like mode of like almost like a Heimberg, almost where he comes very robotic, where he's like it's very muscle
Right.
memory, and he's there to like
Mm-hmm.
crank it out. And same with his brother Ezra does the pretty much almost the same thing, but he's a little bit more of a looser player, which is fine. But he as well, when it gets down to the moment where he needs to focus in and hone in, like he does it, which obviously shows because both of them won last year at some point. So
Mm-hmm. Um, Dickerson and Orem -6, and Radolin and Gossage at a -6. Really good matchup there. I
mm,
figured that was going to be the best matchup out of them all, and it ended up being a tie. um, really good matchups there, though. And they both came out at 1 point, 1.5 points there. They ended up tying out of the doubles for that. FPO doubles. Um, We had Gannon and Hanley with the -9. Scoggins and Keen finished even. Helen Hanley, I'm telling you, like I think she might end up winning a few times this season. I think she's one that we should actually look at competing against Tatar, and I'm really enjoying
I'm
her
telling you,
playing.
she's gonna be. I think she's gonna
Yeah.
be the one that's gonna challenge.
Um, Hanson and Smith with a -10, destroyed it out there. Uh, Merch and Valadiaz with a +4. Um, Cullen and Holcomb with a -1. Weiss and Blomroos with a -5, which Team Missy ended up with 2 points there, and Own ended up with. Um, and then for the singles, uh, FPO singles, you had the captains face each other, Missy and Own. Missy finished with a +2, Own with a +4. Colin Hanley with a -3, Cat Merch with a +3. With a even, Haley Keen with a +2. Gina Allen taking some big numbers out there with a +13. Macy Valadiaz with a +4. Sarah Holcomb finished even. Jessica Weiss finished with a +3. Ali Smith, a +9. Hannah Blomroos with a +2. And that was the final for that.
And they play 9 holes. So like
Yes.
for Katrina Allen to get plus, what was it? You said
She
13?
had, yeah, and she had 2 9s.
Yeah, for a plus 13
Mm-hmm.
and for only 9 holes. Like
This
that
course in
is
the rain.
that's
Really.
I mean, like I guess it is the course in the rain, which I mean we'll just factor that in, which I totally get. But man, that is brutal. Like we're talking about
That's
her
way higher than anybody else. We're talking about world's winner competing in the top versus Page to the last year.
two-time world's
And
winner, by the way.
yeah, 2 time. Last year kind of really falling off, and this season at All Stars just kind of. I mean, her putting was on point in the skills competition. Like she was,
Oh yeah, okay.
but own his
I'll
own.
give it. Yeah,
But
man, it's just
yeah, overall though, her play though, like in singles, like it just hasn't been there. I not sure what's going on there.
I don't know.
Um,
She must be just
and
she
then
must have like a yip or something, man. Because like
yeah, and then for the to go through the MPO really quick with the singles, we had Calvin Heiberg with a +1, Isaac Robinson with a +4, Ricky with the +4, Gannon Burr with the +4, Maddie Oram with a +2, Kyle Klein with the even, Anthony Burrell with a +1, Cole Redallen with a +2, James Proctor with a +1, Ezra Robinson with the even, Chris Dickerson finished over one, and Aaron Gossage finished even. So some good matchups there, but there was Kyle Klein kind of with the best single scores there, along with Aaron Gossage and Ezra Robinson. But that just tells you this course. That tells you again whether I'm really interested though, seeing them play the course and seeing how the course is
mhm.
laid out. I am really interested what the hot scores are going to be for this tournament. In singles competition coming up this weekend, it's going to be, I mean, are we going to get like a -5 for a hot score? Like, is it going to be that low, or like that's going to be insane to really think about.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense to be honest. I'm excited to see it, but at the same time though, it's gonna be real interesting. But yeah, it's
Hopefully, it doesn't
definitely
rain.
yeah, I don't really know what the forecast is, sadly. I mean, I could probably look, but yeah, it's obviously the all-star. Like I said, it's just a good startup. You very kind of know about us with our feelings on that of starting at the beginning. I just wish it was later in the season. But at the same time, it's disc golf. We got it. We got in, which
Fun.
is great. It was fun to
They
watch.
had fun. Hmm.
There was a lot of good
Um,
moments.
oh yeah, there's a lot of good moments, and the kind of going through the good moments. I just want to disclose competition part of it.
Yeah,
We're not going to get too much into it, like I said, but
100%.
um, moments. So I do like what they changed a little bit. The putting was a little bit better this season because they're playing around trees and stuff. But their accuracy competition, I like this way more than putting just that big net up there. in the middle, and they're like, oh, let's throw over under. They actually had here's Amando, here's Amando, here's Amando, here's Amando, here's Amando.
Yeah.
So they had the far hyzer shot, the little hyzer fade shot, dead straight shot, and then it's the same for the last two on the left side
Yeah.
for the forehands. And I thought that was a lot better than what they previously have done.
It was
I
refreshing to
really
watch it.
enjoyed that. It was very refreshing to watch that. Um, really fun to watch that. Chris Dickerson destroyed it though, of course. I
I
mean,
mean, are we surprised?
money. No, no. Alan Hanley did really good at with it.
Hmm.
She took it down, I believe, right? Yeah. I think Howland took down the accuracy, and then Allie Smith was putting, tried to take it from her.
Oh yeah.
But of course, distance competitions are fun. Anthony Broa throwing a 713-foot shot, insane. I just want to throw out Elazra. Holy cow, can she smash? Winning the distance competition at like I said, I think she is currently 16 years old. I don't think she's turned 17 yet, but she can throw a disc.
She's a bomber. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
I'm scared to
massive
see
bomber.
her when they hit the those golf courses. Like when we start playing some like open field ones, like it's gonna be real interesting to see like what she does. So, but yeah, it's obviously Anthony Barella was going to take it. That's how he is. He goes down always with it. Um, I mean, even then, like if you were watching his other attempts, like he was still consistently in the 600. I think he hit 704 before he hit the 713.
It's 715.
So
And the 713 didn't even need. He just did it for fun. He had one more extra shot, so he just did it, and he did a 360 and
yeah,
just bombed it.
so it's just like I said, like if the kid just dials in on the regular play, like the kid's gonna be unstoppable. So it's just one of those craziness. Like, um, but yeah, it was good. It was a good all-star weekend. Sadly, it did rain through the entire weekend, so that was a little rough to see it. But uh, like I said, it's just cool to see the all stars having fun. There was a lot of good moments. Like I
Mhm.
think one of my favorite
Well,
moments stuck out was the Kyle Klein and Gannon Burr.
yep.
Like just messing around with their putting and stuff. Like
I mean,
it was cool. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much wraps up the All Star weekend. Unless you have something to say about it. So
no,
we're gonna just jump right in to once again at Brooksville, Florida. We're in the same place playing at the Olympics disc golf course, which was done by not only Paul Macbeth and the dude from the White Sox.
Macy's.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. There you go. There's it is. Of course, chess.com invitational presented by disc golf, which I think that is a very cool name. I'm still can't get over that. But we're excited. We have 156 players registered. And I just want to definitely talk about real quick before we get into it is this course is rated number 5 in Florida and 184th in USA. So this is the 5th highest course in Florida. So that was really cool. Um, Definitely would like to try to get there and play at one of these times. And lose all my disc. That'd be cool.
Hmm.
I would probably lose every single one, but no, it's cool to see. Uh, to some honorable mentions, we do get to see Paul Macbeth obviously playing on his course, so hopefully
Mhm.
he plays well. To be nice to see him to play, and then also she's registered, Kyle. We'll see what happens, but Paige Pierce, she's up, she's on, so we'll see how she plays. I don't think we're gonna get 100% of Paige Pierce because obviously her leg. I feel like she's still really trying to play conservatively on that leg. So we'll see how she plays. I won't be surprised if she DNFs, to be honest. I don't know. Something's telling me that she may DNF like halfway through. Um, I could be completely wrong. She may pop off and win, and I hope she does. Like, I hope she comes in swinging, like, because that would just
Right.
show everybody like she is still the top dog, and she's not one to be, you know, to mess around with. Like, she
Yeah, exactly.
is going to be taking names. But yeah, but apparently there is 44 registered for of course women's pro tour, so the FPO, and then we have 112 registered for NPO. So it's super exciting to just see everybody's name on this list. There are some people we are going to be missing. So we're missing Eagle McMahon. Obviously, he's going to be out for a little bit because of his still his recovery from surgery, which I'm glad he's sitting out. It does look like Simon is playing, so he is going to be there. And then also, we will not be seeing Tatar. So if you're expected to see her on there, um, she's not going to be. So
Yeah,
uh,
I believe,
definitely
if I'm not mistaken, Brody Smith's not starting till Texas, right? Till they get a couple over to Texas. He wasn't going to fly out
his name's
to
registered.
Florida. I didn't notice him on there.
Yeah, he's up there. I see his name right here. So it shows he's in. So yeah, he's pretty close to the top because it goes alphabetical order on disc golf scene. So, which by the way, guys, I don't know if anybody else is dealing with this issue, but this whole break away from UDisc has been making it very difficult to figure out who's playing each season or each week because I don't know why we decided to break away from UDisc, but now we have to actually look it up on disc golf scene. So, but right here it shows Brody Smith is registered. So,
Oh, yep, there he is. I missed it. I'm on the PDGA site and I went to the name and sorted by name. I see him now.
got it. Got it. Yeah, no, I'm on disc golf scene. It it seemed like it was a lot easier to find on here. Um, so and there's a couple people on wait list, but it looks like it's just like people from local, which is cool.
Hmm.
But no, anybody that is the more recognizable name that I see, they're pretty much all up and running. So I'm very excited for that. But right now, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping into what we've always talked about is our new segment, which we're very excited to have, and that is the Rodney's Corner. So right now, we'll be jumping into Rodney's Corner. We'll see you there. All right, so we're here right now, Rodney's Corner, introducing for the first time ever Sarah here. So Sarah, this is Rodney, guys. Well, she's over here. So yeah, pretty much. Do you want to talk about why we call you Rodney? Why we're calling this the Rodney's Corner?
My nickname when it comes to Tyler and Kyle and my family is Rodney. For disc golf, I am the caddy for all of them, sometimes at once, sometimes not. It was a joke that I was a little butler and it just kind of stuck. And so now I am Rodney.
Yes. So her nickname is Rodney. We are definitely going to be making some Rodney merch eventually.
Yes.
But here is a photo that will be popping up exactly what we're talking about. So if you're listening on Spotify, please just jump in on YouTube real fast, or even our Instagram. We'll send you a photo of what. But we've decided that we'll make this a segment called the Rodney's Corner, which we're very excited. This is the first ever Rodney's Corner, and we're just excited about disc golf. This is officially the first week of the Pro Tour, and we're just very excited. So, like I said, like we mentioned, several weeks now of what the rundown is. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be picking our top 3 players for FPO and NPO, and we're gonna basically do it as just our typical pick, and we'll collectively get points throughout the season, and we'll see who the winner is at the end of the season, which, if we want to talk about it, the unofficial official champion right now is technically Rodney,
Rodney
aka
won it. Rodney
aka
won it.
Sarah, which Kyle and I kind of talked about
Yeah.
that. It seems a little sus that she was keeping score the whole time. So
All right. So everybody listening, you have to know that I screenshotted everyone's points every week that we played and sent it to our group chat. And then I had Tyler recount everything that I counted. So I'm the official winner from last season.
so
So
we'll see how that goes. But uh we've talked about it too. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be creating a trophy, um, which is gonna be really awesome. I think we're gonna make like a little warrior holding like a disc golf or something, like a little plaque thing. So pretty much we'll just do that. We'll just create it, and whoever is the winning champ, they get to hold it. And we'll just do that until we decide something with this podcast. But other than that, guys, we're very excited. This coming up week, February 23rd to the 25th, we are at, once again, Brooksville, Florida. The same place, same course, just what we went through with All Star. And it is going to be the chess.com Invitational presented by Discraft, which, by the way, that actually sounds like a really cool name. Like, I absolutely
It
like it
does.
when they implement like invitational, or and instead of just like open. Like, open's pretty cool, but I don't know, like, it sounds like you're being invited to be a part of this. Like, I don't know,
Mhm.
I just that's really cool. And also, this is kind of the first one. I can't say that, I don't know if it's really the first one, but it is interesting though that we're actually implementing another game or
Bigger
different.
sponsor.
Oh yeah, it's chess.com. Like, it's something unique, which actually also has been amped up after, of course, Queen's Gambit, the show off of Netflix. Like, everybody's, that hype has happened where people started to get really involved with chess after that show, and chess really blew up to what it is now, and people take it really, intensified on that whole intake on that too. So it's really cool that we're implementing another thing that has grown a lot as well. So, but yeah, chess.com Invitational. We are in Brooksville, like I said, and we're going to be doing our picks currently right now. So obviously, we'll go ladies first with this, and we'll do the FPO. And so we'll go through our picks, and if we get it right in the position, you get 2 points. If you at least get the person that you picked in the top 3, but they're not in the position that you've picked it, you get a point. And so the max total points you get is 6. I want to keep reminding everybody that if you want to play along with us, you can comment down below on your picks, and we will try to keep up with it. Or if you guys want to keep up on your own, that's totally fine as well. We haven't decided yet what we want to do. So right now we'll pick our FPO, and we'll start with Sarah. What are you picking? Or Rodney, what are you picking?
okay. So for FBO, my order for first is Missy Gannon. And then second, I have Owen Scoggins. And then third, I have Hadley. Or is it, what is it?
It's Hanley. Yeah.
Hanley.
Holland
Or
Hanley.
Hanley. Yes.
Perfect. I got mine as actually first place. I'm picking Holland Hanley. Second place, I'm gonna go with Ella Hansen. And third, I'm gonna pick Sarah Holcomb. And I just think that she is going to pop off at the beginning, if not actually win.
Uh, Very possible. But I do want to say too, when we do these picks, we send them pretty much at the same time. We're like, all right, we're sending our picks in.
Yep.
Here's our pick. So that way we can't like cheat off each other or anything else.
Yes,
We
correct.
basically have it. We all answer. We don't know what we're picking. Funny thing is Sarah and I actually picked the same thing.
Oh, that's why you're saying it?
The exact same order.
Reshot the chat. Mine was entered first.
Yeah.
Okay. And then before we started recording this podcast, I already had my picked. So again,
Um, I have Missy, I have Own, and I have Hanley. For the simple fact that it is Paul and Dylan Cease's course. It's going to be very technical. And looking through everything, I know Paige is supposed to compete, but she's also coming back from injury and everything else. I just feel like Missy, Own, and Hanley are very good with technical courses.
Yep.
And that's why I picked those three.
And it's hard to like really figure out the whole thing because nobody played well during All Stars because it was raining the entire time, and obviously it's just an expedition match. So like obviously they're just there to have fun. So it's not really, they're not taking it very serious. They're kind of keeping it light and just just enjoying themselves. But it's very difficult. But also just to let you guys know, we are allowed to overlap. Obviously, there was an overlap there where Sarah and Kyle picked the exact same order. That's just how it is. So if they get it completely right, then it's a complete wash for the week, and then that's fine. Or I could take it because I have pretty much a whole different batch. So we'll see what happens, and that's what it is. It's the shot of the game. And like I said, what Kyle, I'm definitely backboning off of what he said is we don't know what each other are picking, and we literally send it to each other at the exact same time, and it is what it is. So I just think it's very difficult, and I don't think it's fair. If like for example, like last year, what we're dealing with is like Kristen Tatar, like if somebody picked her, like it's not fair if the other two can't pick her, because obviously at that time last season she was in the top 3 regardless, so somebody was getting freebie points. So it got to the point where we're just like, you just pick whoever you want to pick and you just go on from there. And so it's just kind of like it's a wash type of situation. So you can't really control that. So let's move on to NPO, which Sarah, who do you have for NPO?
okay. So for MPO, I have Kelvin first, I have Gannon second, and then I have Isaac Robinson third.
Mm,
And
okay.
I based these picks I knew All Star was like not a good round for everybody because of the rain and everything like that, but it's the same exact course and they all played it and got to fully embrace bad weather and all the course. So they have a little bit of advantage coming into this weekend.
Okay, so I have picked first place. I'm gonna do Paul Macbeth. Second place, I'm gonna do Kyle Klein, and then third, I'm gonna do Calvin Heimberg. And the reason why I'm picking Paul Macbeth is because he helped design the course. So I mean, like, I hope the designer plays well, like at least make it in the top 3. Like I know he didn't have a great season last year. I know he's probably still coming off of his soldier can't even say that right. Shoulder injury. So there we go. Third time's a charm.
Good job.
I understand like he's still going through the injury. So it's just one of those things where it's like, dude, you created this course. Like, the odds and ends, the lines that you created. Like, I just feel he needs to at least show up. And we didn't get a chance to see him during the um uh all-star weekend, obviously, because he didn't make it. So I just think that he at least should make it top 3, if not win it. So there's my take on that. Obviously, Kyle Klein, I think he played really well even in the rain, so I can't even imagine how well he's going to play when it's not raining. He did a really good with that. And then also Heimberg, he's very consistent. I think he's really good with technical as well. I was gonna put Aaron Gossage, but I just think he's gonna choke. He always does with his putting. So even though he played well, I think he only had like a +1 in his single rounds. I just feel like when you start adding two, even 3 rounds in, I just think he's not gonna play well. So there's my take. So that is my pick for the week.
And then mine, I have obviously Paul Macbeth at number 1. Same reason as Ty. I mean, he created the course. He helped get input on the course. He should know this course like the back of his hand, know the lines. I'm sure he practiced it a ton. Everything else. Um, this is where Ty and I flip flop. I have Calvin Heimberg at number 2 because his consistency started out fast last year. Let's do it again, Calvin. But this time let's get some more wins. All right. Not make people
Right?
question why you're the player of the year. Let's just get those. I'm excited to see what he does this season. And I picked Klein at number 3 because one, he looks pretty damn good even in this rain and the course. And two, the way he ended last season, he ended really strong and he played really well at
Yeah.
the end of the season. And I think he can carry that momentum into the start of this season. And I'm looking forward to see what he does this season as well. And competing each week. So I have Kyle Klein as the third spot.
Which you and
He's
I do this a lot too, where you and I pick the same people, but we end up like swapping,
Mhm.
which we do that a lot. And they, like I said, we don't even know that we're doing it because we don't see our picks. I just
my issue is Kyle Klein is one of my favorite young players, but every time I picked him last year, he would do awful. And then when I considered picking him and I didn't, he would do great. So I was like, I'm just gonna go with Gannon because Gannon's one of my other favorite young guns where I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stick with Gannon. But yeah. I also have a disadvantage here to everybody listening. I know disc golf and I know the players, but I don't know who creates courses. So I didn't know until after I picked my picks, and I don't go back on my picks, that Paul Macbeth made this course. So let's see if he actually does good or not, because he is not in my top 3. So
that's the point. Gotta keep you on your toes. You gotta do your homework and research. This is your segment.
and you just pick by your gut and you win. So
I've been also we could eat our words. He could tremendously flop, which he has before, which I'm not surprised. He completely flop and you could take the cake. And obviously you did something right last year. You won. So like obviously you do well with this. This is why we created this segment, is because you still technically know and you're shooting in the dark. I mean, it's technically honestly we've talked about this, and I'm with kind of Yuli and Brody on this, on even with their podcast. I don't know if you listened to this recently, Kyle, on their pro tour or their tour life pod, but I'm with them with the whole factor of like, even though it's a great sport and they're professionals, but at the end of the day, each week is like gambling. It's they're
Mhm.
they're going in, they're paying an entry level fee, and they're chancing their luck on winning. Like, yes, it takes skill, and they're not just crediting everybody's skill base, but at the same time, though, they really are pressing their luck, and it's a gamble almost. You're basically saying like, I'm gonna win this round, or I'm gonna at least make top 10, and you never know what could happen. Like, so at the end of the day, it's pretty much we're here just kind of just gambling and chancing it. Well, we don't know. Disc golf is very inconsistent and you don't know who's going to win, who's not going to win. Someone's going to have a good week. Sometimes they're going to have a bad week. So, I mean, Tatar was the thing is with Tatar is she doesn't really have anybody to. There's not really a challenge last year for her. I mean, yes, there was moments that she was challenged, and sometimes it did not go her way. But at the
but she
same,
had a fantastic year last year where it was
yeah,
guaranteed be in the top 3 for us.
yeah, and
Right.
it's just one of those things where it's like she was just consistent, but there wasn't really much of a challenge. I just feel like right now NPO, it's just very inconsistent. There's NPO right now is at its peak prime right now, where anyone can take it. And it is going to be a lot of people, like what's happening at the end of the season. It was a lot of people that we never heard of before, or you rarely heard of them before, you know.
If,
So
if you want to get most points, though, definitely follow Own and where I pick her. I feel like she gave me the most points last season.
She
I feel like
she
I feel like I always picked Own right. It's like
you always
putting Own
put her
here. Oh, put her here.
yeah, you
I
picked
would put
her.
her up there, but I would put her in like 3rd, and you're like, she's gonna take it this time or go second. And I'm like, what the heck? But consistently, what saved me last year, and I'll be honest, was Tatar and Kelvin. They were my go-tos. because they were the most consistent players last year. But
What is
we'll see how this year goes.
what is her name? I think it's Elise Zera Matigo. I forgot where I cannot say her name. I cannot say her
Oh,
name.
Ezra.
What was that?
Ella Ezra.
Ella Ezra? Is that how you say her name?
Yeah. Yeah. She freaking bombs the disc.
Yes. So she
Of what
is
we talked
she
about
is
earlier with
on
the All
my
Star.
yes, she is on my radar for like if she dials in, she's younger. And this is the one that we're talking about also, like at one of our first few podcasts. I was like, there's this, I didn't know at the time her name. I go, there's this girl that could throw far, and she's really good so far. She obviously dominated in her I think junior world or whatever it was. Like,
Mhm.
'cause I think she's only like 17 or 18. I don't remember. But
16.
she's 16.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm saying. She is, you need to she is on my radar for this season. And I definitely, Tatar better watch out, because I really do think that once she dials in the next year or two, we're going to see her name pop up in the top 5, if not the top 3, very frequently. Before we have you go off, Rodney, aka Sarah, what is a hot take or a very, very, very early, what's the word I'm looking for, Kyle, here? Just very early take that you have for 2024 season?
Okay. So I have a few hot takes. I think Aaron, I don't know how to say again, I don't know his proper last name, but
Gossip.
we always say Goosage, but it's Gossage. Um, I'm never confident in him enough to pick him in my top 3 because I don't think he is good at closing out important games. Barella is fantastic, but again, I'm not confident in his closing, so I've never put him in my top 3. And I I really don't. I think Paige Pierce is past her prime time.
Ooh.
Ooh, you hear it first. You're gonna have a lot of people against you.
I know, because she's the reason like FPO even got looked at. But when I jumped in 2020, I haven't really seen confidently to. I don't think I've ever picked her for my top 3.
I mean,
So
everybody heard it first, guys. Paige Pierce
I
is washed out now.
not washed. I just think she could still make the like money, but I don't think she. You said it perfectly that Tatar has no competition right now, like fully confidently, besides like the 16-year-old coming.
Oh yeah,
So,
I agree. I mean, I think Katrina Allen is pretty much in her prime, or in her point where she is going to play until she retires, which I give her maybe 3 more years. And then Paige Pierce, I will give her. I mean, I feel like Paige Pierce will play. I don't
she's gonna
know.
play for, I feel like
Yeah,
a long still. I mean, if you're playing consistent enough and you have the sponsorship, why not? You know,
yeah,
but I don't see her ending up in the top 5 or 10 a lot this year.
yeah. That's interesting. No, that's some good takes. What do you think on that, Kyle?
Um, I would go. I agree with the definitely the Anthony Bro one because I think that was my hot take. If you go back to the episodes that
I
he
think
early,
so.
super early, I don't think he's gonna win another. I don't think he's
I
gonna
think
win an
we
event
all
this year
3 have
either.
said that.
Yeah, I just until he does it, I don't think he's gonna win one.
No.
He's had
As good
such
as he is.
he had so many good leads last year and blew them. So I'm like, you're young, maybe that's the reason, you know.
Mm,
And I will say I'm going to go against what you're saying about Paige because I want a duel between Tatar and Pierce. I want to see them do it out and duke it out. And I want to see Eliezer come in there and duke it out with both of them.
That
Let's
would
get the old comp back. Heard of the 4-peat there, and then have Own being consistent. Yeah, let's
Mhm.
make it a thing this season.
that would be so exciting.
It'd be
Don't get me
exciting
wrong,
disc golf. It'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
but
I would like a nice battle between, like, this is like if I could realistically just create like a dream worlds for this season, I would love to see like a straight competition between Tatar and Paige battling out. So it would be what, Paige's sixth one if she
Mm-hmm.
tries to go for it, and it'll be Tatar's third. And I just think it'd be cool if she could be, if Tatar wins, it'd be 3 times champ, back to back to
yeah,
back. I think that'd be cool. Is it gonna happen? I'm not sure, but yeah,
yeah.
that's cool. But all right, well,
And then just so everybody knows, I have a notes app. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it. I have it all laid out, organized, and then I have a different tab for, I literally have like screens. Um, so every week I can keep track, and then there's where our points will go. So very organized, and I will always send screenshots to the group chat so they can see it as well.
mm,
So I am the official winner, calling it now. Thank you. Everybody knows that it's not cheated.
mm,
Oh,
yes,
thank you.
that's very true. Yes.
I will also love to have some Rodney merch.
Oh,
Uh,
you will.
so
It'll happen. But yes, pretty much. So that's me next week when we have the second annual Rodney Corner part two. Uh, Pretty much what that will entail is we'll go through the previous week points and then the up and coming points. So just let everybody know, like, you'll actually hear us like update and all that stuff. So other than that, is there anything else you want to say, Sarah, before
and
you head out?
that
All
is
right.
all. I am so glad that disc golf is officially back. So
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much. All right, welcome back. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed that. We're very excited for that segment of Rodney's Corner. So that's going to be happening every single weekend. So if you like that, please comment down below saying like we need some good stuff from Rodney. Like I said, we are going to be making some Rodney merch, so you could rep that, and maybe you have your own Rodney wearing it. So definitely, we want to hear some Rodney stories if you have any, or just in general, just please give a comment, say like, "Yo, Sarah was dope," or her take on Paige Pierce was whack. Whichever it was, just let us know. Like, I think that's super amazing that we have her on, and let me tell you, like, she's just absolutely loves disc golf, and she's very excited, just simply enjoying that little moment. And but yeah, she is right now the reigning champion for our game, so we'll see
Nice.
what it takes for it for her. But yeah, right now we're gonna jump into kind of, like I said, we are the weekend warriors, and we wanting to still involve this disc golf podcast around amateurs of what we do throughout the weekend and stuff. So right now we're going through a segment on it. So before I get into this and before Kyle gives us her updates for what's happening in his community, and also we'll go through anything else that's going on, I do want to mention, please, please, please comment down below or even message us personally on Facebook, Instagram, wherever. Um, what is going on in your community and what is happening, what is being built up and stuff like that. We want to spotlight you guys. It could be simply as you going a tournament and winning, or you placing, or your practice, recommends of like how you're, upgrading your skills, and like what are you doing to promote yourself or your sponsorship or your wins, or your, anything disc golf related that is amateur or even local pros, whatever it is. Definitely hit us up so that's we could give you guys a recognition on that and give you guys a proper spotlight, because this is the Weekend Warriors podcast, disc golf podcast, and we want to make sure that it is still related into amateur world, because that's what we are. That's what Kyle and I are doing every single week is we are trying to level ourselves up as the casual disc golfers into more the amateur pro related. So if you do things that are very heavily into this, we want to
Mhm.
spotlight as much as possible. I know there are some people out there listening, so don't be shy. Comment down below and let us know what's going on
And
and share this too.
um, yes, and on top of that, being as talking about spotlighting all of you that are amateur players, weekend warriors, um, if it's too much for a comment below still because it does help out us. It helps our channel to get out there more and everything else. If you have any stories on the course from your tournament or anything that had happened in your amateur weekends that you feel like need to be out there, let us know. We do have an email and we've had an email, but we've never really talked about the email. Send us a story, send us your spotlights of courses that's being built up in your community so we could say, hey, anybody in this area, there is a course being built here or being worked on or being planned or anything else. Or if there's some silliness happening in your amateur tournament, in your lower tier tournaments, let us know. Weekend Warriors DG gmail.com is our email. Send us your stories there. If it, like I said, if it's too much for a comment on what's going on, that for a bigger spotlight for whatever's going on in your community, send it there.
And also, I think it would be really cool eventually when we get a little bit bigger, we could start doing some potential expedition rounds ourselves. Where I don't think, as of right now, we're not gonna be able to travel like crazy amount. But if it's like locally, like in Kyle's area, I'll definitely be able to take the poll and come up there, and we could do like maybe like a doubles round or something with you guys. So if you guys are wanting to do that, as of right now, that'll be more in the Illinois area. If somebody is interested in playing a doubles round with us, we will do it and obviously record it and we'll promote it on our YouTube. So if you are interested in that and want to hit us up for that and challenge us in some disc golf, we're more than happy to beat you guys. So
Yeah, right.
so other than that, guys, yeah, as of right now, pretty much what I'm doing is for what's going on is I'm still figuring out my bag. That is
Mhm.
my number one priority right now. I've also I haven't been able to go out as much. However, though, I have been actually working on inside enterly of like just my form, making sure that it just feels good. Like every day I'm just sitting and just I'm not even doing the cross step or anything. I'm literally just in the position. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to line my arm right as I plant. I'm making sure that I
Mhm.
have that movement where I'm planting perfectly and just getting that proper muscle memory because I want to get to the point where I'm thinking what's happening and the reason why my backhand is lacking is I'm tending to think throughout the whole process and I'm overthinking it as I'm trying to throw, where I'm trying to remember to do all of my stuff, where I tend to not release properly or something is going on.
Mhm.
So I'm getting to the point where I'm just trying to get to a muscle memory point where when I actually do go on the field and try, it will just happen naturally. And it's not me like going, okay, 1, 2, 3, pull, and then do it, like it's an actual flow form. So I'm doing that right now. And then obviously I'm gonna be getting more involved in like practicing and
Mhm.
stuff. And then I do want to, after when I do a little bit of field work, which is probably like in a week or so, I do want to do my part two challenge of can I beat my so far previous score from Change Dragon, which is
Yeah,
plus
it'd be
11.
awesome.
I want to try to beat that. So I'll try to beat myself. And each time I play Change Dragon, it is a competition on that recent. Obviously, if I beat plus 11, then whatever my newer score is, that is the new score that I'm going to try to beat. and I will
Mhm.
just keep doing that until I improve. So,
Yeah.
but that is my update for my stuff. So,
So, I mentioned earlier talking about building my bag and stuff, of course, and I got a couple bag ideas that I'm working with. I might be putting multiple bags this season, so who knows? Other than that, of course, just working on content when it becomes warmer. Actually, we're talking Josh, the guy, Howard, someone that listens to this regularly, comments down, on YouTube and stuff like
mhm.
that. Um, Brought up the idea because I said, oh, he's doing a video with all like this really overstable discs like tilts and chupacabras and just seeing how far they can throw them and everything else. And depending on the day, I might try to get out there too. Maybe I can record that too for the channel. But we started talking more and stuff like that. And he, they do stuff all the time for his TikTok. They have a lot of fun out there. I can't get out there as much because of working and stuff. Sadly, they play like daily. By the time I get off work and stuff, it's hard to do it on a daily basis. Um, having a kid, being married and stuff. I got to get home after work and everything else. Um, but talking about doing our own personal amateur distance competition just between all of us and filming it, just fun stuff like that. I might try to get them involved some for some content and everything else. Previously, I mentioned about being involved in a town over Mendota, Illinois. They have a 9-hole course that was just kind of thrown out there. Nothing's in rhythm. It's just kind of tossed out there by soccer fields and everything else. Very busy park, not very safe and everything else. They had to work on Saturday, but they did have their first meeting. I am involved in part of their um, group effort on redesigning, reorganizing the disc golf scene there. My buddy John did make the meeting and did fill me in on what is going on for Mendota, and it's exciting. I will say that. Um, it sounds like we will be able to organize the course at Lake Mendota to move it away from the area that it is now, um, and put in um, safe, beginner friendly 9-hole course around the lake. Um, so it's away from that park, and like, again, it's really busy and stuff. Nothing set in stone, of course, but that's the talk as of right now. And also, there's talks of putting in a 3-hole course closer to the park for children and beginners, just to kind of put like 3 holes there so kids can be actively involved with it and be like, oh, these baskets, what are these? Oh, let's put this. Here's 3 baskets we can throw this towards. So for kids and stuff to get involved. Um, and they also talked about at some point in the future, they talked about actually putting an 18-hole course at one of the other parks in town. So there are definitely big things coming to Mendota um, for disc golf. Nothing, of course, is set in stone, but it appears that they seem to be very excited behind the idea of disc golf, which is absolutely awesome. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm hoping to get together with John, walk the lake a little bit, get some ideas of where to put some 9-hole placements. Again, that will be more of a beginner friendly, fun course. Get an idea for the kid friendly 3-hole course and just kind of get some early ideas going. Hoping to meet up with John at some point to walk that area and start visualizing and coming up with some lines and basket placements, tees, and different things like that.
That's super cool. Dang, there's just so much happening, man. Like,
Mhm.
what is like the most thing you're excited about with that?
Just being part of the process again, um, and being a part of a process of actually creating a course that is not currently there.
Mm,
I think that's my um favorite part. So for our local course, I helped redesign it as in I moved the T pad over. I helped come up with the three holes back in the wooded area, things like that. But an actual like it's not a full 18 as of yet. That's later down the road, possibly there. But at least to get 9 holes under my belt of putting and trying to build a course um that's not already present, that's what I'm looking forward to the most and most excited for.
no, that's beyond cool. Um, I definitely we are also having this thing where I cannot say the name properly, but they've been battling basically a certain city near the Freeport area. I forgot what it's technically called, but they've been wanting to build like a disc golf course in this certain city, and it's been a battle back and forth with like I guess the city like laws and just everything in general, and just trying to get involvement. And they were able to get the funding and petition and be like, hey, this is what it is. And they made a beautiful proposal, and they're just like, hey, this is what we want to do, this is how this will help grow this area. And the first few times it kept getting, denied, and then finally they just got approved, which I'm gonna pull that up so like next week we could talk about it. Because it's just when you were talking about it immediately, I was just like, wait, there are some things that are happening that are kind of like yours, is because like really, in all honesty, living down here is just like living in Walnut. Meaning, like,
Mm,
yes, we are larger, but we are technically kind of small, that small town life feel. Like when it's off season, it's just the locals. And there's not
mhm.
the locals here are mainly the retired people. So most of them golf or play pickleball. Like and they're not playing disc golf. And so uh there's just a very small community here for disc golf, and there's a lot of that still like fighting of, well, first off, I mean, there's a lot of water so it's difficult to make courses here. But
Mhm.
over near where the Freeport area, which that's where the Chain Dragon is and stuff, there are good amount of fields and different opportunities to create courses. So yeah, like I'm excited to see some development happening over there as well too. And yeah, I'll definitely pull it up and like let you know like what's going on in my community as well with that stuff. But yeah, that's just really
Oh
cool
yeah,
that things are happening for that as well. So um but yeah,
super
over
exciting.
overall, I think that's pretty much it. And that's kind of wrapping up this podcast, which is actually the 12th podcast. Um, so we're like I said, we are now in the full swing of the new 2024 season. I'm very excited to just go through it all. And definitely, like I said, make sure you are subbed for our YouTube. So that's how you get a notification each time we bring in a new pod, which we upload a new podcast every single Wednesday. Spotify, folks, you're going to be getting a podcast every single Wednesday as well. I figured out the problem. We're all good. So you guys are back on schedule, making sure you guys rate us. It definitely help us out. We are getting pushed higher. We're getting more impressions and stuff like that. And also we're actually now in the disc golf community in Spotify's playlist area. So that's mean we're definitely getting some good insights on that. Make sure you're putting us on playlists, and also you're following us, so that's how we get some good numbers by the end of the year. Hopefully we'll be on some of your guys Spotify raps. That'd be awesome to see us on your raps by the end of 2024. I just want to say thank you for the great support and stuff like that. Make sure as well you email us your stories or anything else. Our email is going to be in the description down below. So definitely If you don't want to publicly put a comment or whatever, just email us. We'll definitely email you back and we'll spotlight you if you are wanting that. And if you are just wanting to comment, definitely comment down below. We have some good plans coming in the mix. Obviously, like I said, um depending on stuff, we will probably do recent or like really soon we're going to be reamping maybe a newer logo. I want to get more into that, and also our introduction video for our podcast here on YouTube will be changing then if we do an actual reamp of the logo. Kyle and I currently right now are in the mix of fixing our logo look and our design. So we're going to be basically leveling up everything. And once we get that taken care of, then we could start dabbling in the options and ideas of potentially making some small minor merch and start making some prototypes where at least myself and Kyle will have it. And if you guys are interested in wanting to partake in that and want to buy something, we'll figure out how that process goes. So just let us know if you are interested in that. But as of right now, guys, thank you so much for everything. Please keep playing disc golf, and we will see you guys during the weekend. As always, playing disc golf because we are the Weekend Warrior podcast. So my name is Ty, and I have Kyler with me, and we are signing out. We'll see you guys next week.